What is up, Violence Dynamics fan page? Randy King here at my scheduled 12:30 Mountain Standard Time Facebook Live. Still plantless, so time to move on. The plant's not coming back. I know everybody's really excited about the plant, but the plant is gone. It likes its new space. It's fake, but it's in the sun, so even when it's fake, it feels real. And I think that's just better. So let's just all move on from the plant. I hope everybody's doing really well and wait for this to populate a little bit. There was a promo image of this. Hopefully people know I'm here. Again, I will be doing Facebook Lives from this site for the next little bit before Boston starts. And then after that, back to Randy King Live for a while, and then I'll probably jump back on here for the promo lead up to Violence Dynamics Old World in Bulgaria at the resort near Varna. So we got nobody yet. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if there's some kind of glitch. Normally, at least Paul is on or somebody's on. If you're here and I can't see you for some reason, maybe give me a thumbs up or a like of some sorts. I don't know what's going on. Also don't know if I should just be talking yet or what. So I guess I'll do the promo train like I normally do first, and then we'll go from there. It's really quickly coming up. What do we got going on? Talking Savages every week, Fridays. We release a new one tomorrow, so that's awesome. Okay, we got somebody. We got one person. What's up, one person? We got Talking Savages coming out every Friday, as per always, so that's great. We got obviously Violence Dynamics Boston coming up here right away, like within 2 weeks, like super short. I'm really, really excited for this event. I can't wait to see everybody. Then we got Violence Dynamics Old World coming up in June, which is awesome. I will be in Germany the week before that, so if you are one of our international fans, you can get a hold of myself or any of the people involved in any of these events. That'd be awesome. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, or good to read that you're there. Maybe there's some kind of delay. That's kind of weird. Then what else we got going on? I think that's about it. We're still working on the Violence Dynamics online page. We're doing assignments and getting stuff out there, so if you can't get access to us because you're too far away or money concerns or whatever, because that's just how life is, then you can join our online site, and we will be able to give you most of the things we're going to talk about today, which is the soft skills package for Violence Dynamics. So on the road to Viodi Boston/Natick, or Natick, I don't know. Everybody says it differently. Is it Natick or Natick? Somebody spell it phonetically for me. I think it's Natick, but it took me forever to say Massachusetts properly. So, and I had to practice on the plane on the way to Massachusetts. So that's crazy. And the fact that I can say it this fast right now is a huge improvement from me calling it something different. Just like how I thought New England was a state and not a region, and I learned that pretty hilariously in Boston. So dumb Canadian travel stories there for you. What else we got? So if you're not, obviously you're a fan of this page, like this page, share this page. If you could, share this video. Again, this will be another kind of promo-y video. I know we've been moving away from explaining kind of what we do and what we're doing, give you tips and tricks, to more of a promo train. But that's just going to be how it is for the next little bit. We'll definitely get back to the original type of videos where we're giving you thoughts and whatever, articles and etc. on what we're doing. So the point of, we got enough viewers now, we can start moving on. The point of this video is very simple. I just want to really highlight, I was just talking to Paul on the internets, just like this. And we were talking about how, because Violence Dynamics is such a different package. It's such a, I guess I don't want to say the word special, but such a unique opportunity, such a unique product that doesn't really exist out there in the world yet. I'm sure eventually once this gets popular, it'll be copied. Like we were the first Krav Maga school in Edmonton, and now there's like 4, right? So once something gets popular and people see some money being made at it, it's going to be replicated. But right now, I think we are one of the originals that give this package. Now, what I think makes this stand out from the crowd, and what I believe makes us different than everybody else, is the soft skills package. So like I said on this video, I like my skills, I like my ice cream, I like it soft, right? So as we're doing the packages, kicking is kicking, punching is punching, throwing is throwing. Like you can find good coaching, get a little bit better at it, but especially in the self-defense world, the soft skills stuff is going to be the stuff that you're going to use every day. You're going to, hopefully if you've learned your lessons from it, it's going to make your life easier. And it's just, in general, I think the biggest bang for your buck is the soft skills package or the soft skills track at Violence Dynamics. So as me and Paul were talking, a lot of people think that Violence Dynamics is 4 days of beating the crap out of each other. And while there is some of that, both physically and emotionally, there is also this whole entire like underrated, underutilized soft skills package that we provide. And today in this live, I'm going to kind of go over all of the different classes that we're doing, like all of the soft skills ones, and then I'll explain who's running that class, and then kind of give you like a little preview of that, and then we'll move on to questions. So again, at this point in the video, 5 minutes, 36 seconds, this is where the commercial starts. So if you're going to share this, and I'll probably break this down into smaller chunks, more digestible for you, so you can help get the word out for this amazing workshop, course, seminar, conference, whatever we're calling it this week, that we do. So right off the bat, everybody who has done Violence Dynamics, everybody who's done one of these conferences, they always walk away with conflict communication, and how conflict communication is the best part of this, and how everything kind of feeds into it, and what it's the cornerstone of what we do, and the whole seminar is worth just ConCom. And I've heard this so many times, like after they take the ConCom course, a 3-hour course, they just say straight up, like, I would have paid just for this. But you wouldn't have, because you didn't know what it was, right? And we've tried to express this, but it's a very tough sell, because our market is kickers and punchers and throwers and operators or whatever, and telling them to talk about things is very tough. And even ourselves inside of this ConCom, like even the instructors themselves, we haven't quite mastered it yet, right? So I've taken ConCom 15 times probably, and still I'll forget and jump into whatever models we're using for that, or I'll like, oh man, I did this, or I'll approach it wrong, because we're all human beings and stuff just gets messed up. But ConCom, everybody said, is the main reason to come to Violence Dynamics, and I agree 100%. This conference, it's being taught by Tammy, and Tammy Yarbecracken, who does probably the best lives on here. She has the most views. She is teaching that course, and she is by far the best one to teach it. Not only because you get a different angle, because it's not just another giant martial arts dude teaching it. Not only that, but she has a degree in this stuff. So when she speaks, it's very important. You should listen. And what I really like about her conflict communication is, up to the point of seeing hers, we were all just trying to kind of mimic Rory's with our own spin. Like, so we changed the graphics or the font or the colors, where Tammy really, really made it her own. She put it in her brain and added things that weren't in it, like affordances and really, really cool stuff. So again, I don't know if you're on the fence or coming to Violence Dynamics. If you are, I highly recommend coming, obviously. But I'm invested, so don't take my word for it. Go on the site, look at all the testimonials, talk to anybody that's trained in conflict communications. If you can do it, Tammy is the person to learn it from 100%. And even though Rory wrote the book, I still think Tammy's presentation is the best version of ConCom. And you get that here at this conference. Next up is we do what's called Context of Violence, and that's just a update / expansion / review of Rory Miller's Scaling Force. I will be doing that talk. That's one of my favorite talks. I do it all the time. It's great. It should be fun. It'll give you kind of an overview and set the tone for the whole seminar, and just remind you that when we're doing this stuff, we have all of these considerations in mind when we're teaching you, right? So just because we're teaching you counter ambush doesn't mean we forget the legal and ethical ramifications of violence. Doesn't mean we don't talk about the aftermath. Doesn't mean we don't talk about how people attack and why they attack and all the psychological factors. So Context of Violence really sets the tone for the whole thing and gives you a pretty good overview of what we're doing. Next up, we have Violence Dynamics, which is the name of the seminar. Also, Chapter 2 in Scaling Force. I said Scaling Force again. Chapter 2 in Facing Violence. And it's the coolest thing that differentiates us from kind of everybody else, where we add the social, predatory, social asocial, social antisocial, whatever you want to call it, stuff into the seminar, which is awesome. And Rory's doing that talk, which is awesome because Rory's the one that came up with most of these models. So that's going to be an excellent talk. And I have not heard Rory do that talk in a long time. So I'm really, really excited. If I'm not doing media stuff during that talk, I'm really excited to be in that one. And he'll go over the social side of things, the asocial side of things, kind of the breakouts of it. A great course. Again, lecture, soft skills, bring a notepad or whatever medium you choose to use, whether you're recording it or using an iPad or whatever tech device you have that I haven't seen before. I already mentioned ConCom. Like I said, that's Tammy's course. It's 3 hours. It's awesome. We're breaking it up into modules this time. We're always trying to test it and make it better. That's worth the price of admission. I would charge that much just for that course. Then we have Force Law, again by Tammy. Tammy is doing the Force Law talk. What I just heard is that Tammy is actually going to break out a little bit from the Force Law talk. And up until this point, the Force Law talk has been very generic, being this is generic force law. If you understand this, blah, 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 you should be good to go. Tammy's actually going to go into the specifics of Massachusetts and figure out or give you info on how the law there works, because I've taught there and it's hyper confusing. Like the law there is unbelievable. Like knife laws, for example, are different from town to town, which is ridiculous, especially coming from Canada, where all of our major offenses are federal offenses, right? So you can't go town to town difference. So I think it's really important that she's adding that, and I've asked for that to be added multiple times. So I'm really excited that Tammy's adding the specific regional stuff to the Force Law talk. So if you're teaching self-defense and you don't know the law in the place you live, you're just setting your students up for failure, right? And there's that whole ethics of that whole mantra of, oh, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. The reality is you're not even going to be judged by 12. You're probably going to be in a plea bargain deal between two people, right? So understand that the law isn't TV. And just because you think you're the good guy, everybody thinks they're the good guy. So having more information is always better, especially when it comes to the legal ramifications of this stuff. Next up, and this is not in any particular order, but we'll be doing the lecture part of my pre-attack cues seminar, which I've just updated and made better. And as I travel, everybody's making this stuff better. And that's, I think the really cool thing about Violence Dynamics is that we don't just like do this and then put it on a shelf and then it's done. We're always constantly trying to improve. We're always constantly trying to find the newest research, anything that helps people, because there's other people in these fields that are coming up with these breakthroughs and different changes. So the cool thing about this group is we're willing to change our model. We're willing to adapt to new information. This isn't just, well, this was said, now this is scripture, let's move forward and talk over 2,000 years. We are constantly evolving through this, and every time you hear a presentation, it's a little bit better. Right, all of us are working on this stuff. We're presenting it full time, most of us. It's such an important factor that we're always making it better. And I think the coolest thing is seeing the adjustments, additions, removals, and prioritizations that people add to their presentation over the years. And then we can deep unpack that. That's kind of a higher level nerd instructor thing for me. But it's really cool because every time you get the presentation, I can guarantee you from my side of this, you're getting the most current, up-to-date stuff that I can find. And I'm willing to adapt and move forward. And that's the cool thing about this group, is that's allowed. And so we're always allowed to give you the greatest things. We're not going to pee on a sacred cow because we're saying something different and then get shunned, which is amazing. Then we're going to do Logic of Violence, which is we haven't done at Viodai in a while, I don't think. But again, I'm usually doing a lot of media stuff. I'm not around all the courses. But we're doing Logic of Violence with Rory Miller because that's his program. Logic of Violence is really cool because it demystifies the villain, right? The villain isn't this alien creature who wants to kill your family, right? It's just problem solving, right? It's people have goals and there's different tools to accomplish different goals. It's the thing we say in ConCom at the beginning. Is violence bad? Absolutely not. It's a tool. Are the effects of violence bad? Sometimes, but it's a great tool to get what you need out of stuff. So it's awesome. And then the last lecture-y part, which is, I think, my favorite part of the whole seminar, is the mall walk. And the part where I'm the most jealous of the clients at the seminar, because I don't get to do everybody's mall walk because I'm running a mall walk. So the mall walk is really neat because it gives you the ability to jump into somebody else's head. You get to see the world like Rory sees it. You get to see the world like Tammy sees it. You get to see the world like I see it. Sorry about that. You get to see the world like Casey sees it. It's an interesting view. I don't know who else is doing mall walks, so if I left anybody out, I'm sorry. I don't have the mall walks. I think there's 6, so maybe Paul is doing one. I think Paul's actually doing one now that I think about it. But yeah, the mall walk is amazing because you're going to walk around and people watch and learn how to see cues, and you're going to see a lot of the stuff you've learned over the last 3 days kind of come into real world applications. If you've read Rory's drills book, this would be what we call world work. You actually go out there and you work in the world you live in, right? Like I like to make fun of people who do self-defense in silence like they're monks and they don't use words. That's crazy because in real life, people tend to use words. There tends to be some kind of scale up unless it's pure predatory ambush violence. So not having that is crazy. And also just learning in a classroom when we have the perfect lab, which is the planet, to go play with. I guess lab is probably not a good idea because it's not sterile and clean, but the perfect place to play with this in the actual environment it is, which is the real world. So if you are on the fence about violence dynamics because you're not sure if you want to beat on people for 4 days, absolutely not what this is. There is a lot of great physical classes. We do counter ambush and takedowns and ground fighting and structures and leverage. And there's a lot of the principle-based physical stuff. But again, the point of violence dynamics is the dynamics part, which is the soft skills, which is the human interaction, which is the learning how to be a better human being and reforming the, to quote Rory, reforming the predator that you already are. So really kind of cool, excellent place to go learn stuff. And if you've never been, I guarantee you're going to hit so many aha moments or eureka moments in your head. It's going to be a lot to unpack. So really recommend bringing whatever preferred medium you use for notes. Come on board and check it out. Come to the classes. I can't recommend enough. ConCom, like I said, I've done it so many times. I'm an instructor in it, and I'm still not great at it. It's something we have to put work into all the time. So make sure that when you're at these things, take the notes, take the things you need out of it. Don't try and remember everything. Just take the stuff that applies to you that day and then move forward. Because especially for ConCom with me, every time I hear the course, it helps me figure out kind of how I'm reacting to whatever I'm reacting to at that time. And it's been different every time. So I've got a totally different thing out of it every single time I've done it. We will open up the floor to questions here, the digital floor of the internet. If you have any questions, I'm going to go through the comments and say hi to everybody like I always do. Please share this video. If you have people that have questions about violence dynamics, please like this page, like my page, like Casey's page, like everybody's pages. Just kind of do the proliferation of likes would be great. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me directly, Randy King. I'm very, very approachable and very accessible. Feel free to get a hold of me with any questions you have about this. If you're feeling uncomfortable because you're still not really sure about violence dynamics, we'll talk to you one-on-one. Like, you don't need to. Don't let fear of the unknown be the reason you don't come to this thing, right? Talk to us. We can talk to you. Ask anybody on this page. If you've reached out to me, I reach back out to you almost instantaneously, whether you're talking about Infinity War, whether you're talking about why I was at a Red Bull party, or whether you're talking about the thing that I actually do for a living. It doesn't matter. Feel free to get a hold of me. My phone is pretty much surgically grafted to my hand at all points in time. If I don't get back to you, it's just because I'm working out maybe or I'm sleeping. So just get a hold of me at any point in time. Do not let fear of the unknown be the thing that stops you, because that's the place where you're going to grow the most. So I'm going to jump through this real quick, say hi to everybody. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you haven't got it, if you can't come to Violence Dynamics, I'd highly recommend, obviously I recommend Rory's books all the time, but I recommend ConCom. Read that book. It's pretty good. So we got Eugene. What's up, Eugene? Beers tonight. Woo! We got Paul. What's up, Paul? Eric here said, what's up? I said, what's up back? What's up, Anita? Me and Anita were talking about, she can attest, we were talking about the old man division in Bellator. It was pretty crazy. What's up, John? Paul, Natick. I'm saying it right then, Natick. Natick? Nautic? Anyways, whatever. I'm saying how I want. I learned Massachusetts. That's it. I'm done. Mike Hanlon, what's up, Mike? See you soon, buddy. What's up, Marcus? Me and Marcus have been talking lots about my big seminar in Germany. We'd love some more people to come. We've opened spots up. What's up, Jacob? Why do you always choose to go live when I'm driving and nowhere near Wi-Fi? Jacob, I go live the same time every week. I don't know how to fix your problem for you there, but this is a you issue, not a me issue. Paul, are you saying the monkey is powerful and lies to you? 100%. 100% it is powerful and does lie to you. And learn more through the book or through Tammy's amazing presentation of that program. What's up, Allison? Paul, yep, MA is rough for self-defense. Yeah, it is. It's weird. When I went there, I was like, what about this? Like, no. I'm like, okay, that's kind of insane. No one told Paul that he's doing a mall. Okay, maybe he's not doing a mall walk then. I'm not sure. It looks like there was on the schedule, there was 6 small walks set up, and there's 4 instructors, so maybe I misread that. Check the schedule. It's up somewhere. You can find it. That's a Paul question. Allison, yes, he does each back out. I don't know. Allison, sorry, I don't know what we're talking about there. Eugene, woohoo! And Eric, ConCom is great. ConCom is a great, but I think the best, I don't know, nobody wants to be put into a box about this is the best thing you've done, but definitely I think ConCom is Rory's greatest achievement so far. I don't think he's done making stuff. I don't think he's done achieving, but that is by far his greatest achievement so far. What's up, Nathan? Really quickly, just jumped on. If there's any questions, feel free to ask them. If not, I'm going to leave you because it's 20 minutes, and if I can stay under time, that would be great. And we have a made-up time in our heads. We can go longer if you want. But Eric, one more time. Eric, am I saying your name right? Because I've never seen Eric spelt that way. Or is it Erich? Erich? I don't know. Hopefully I'm not slaughtering your name. I'm sure I am. I do it to Tanya all the time. I say Tanya because that's how we say it where I'm from. And I always mess up Tanya's name. And she busts my balls for it. I was just agreeing that you do. Oh, yeah, I do. Totally. Yeah. Thank you. Eric, I use it all the time at work, so I'm a little biased. Well, yeah, like I don't think you can be biased because you are agreeing that the product we give you is useful and you use it all the time. That's the whole deal. That's why we're doing it, right? So that's great that you do use it all the time. I use it. I try and use it a lot in my life, but unfortunately I am a testosterone-induced male and get angry real quick. Who else we got here? I was agreeing. I do reach back out to people. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Allison. I do, and I will always reach out if you have any questions. Blow my phone up. Feel free. I don't mind. I'm in attention. Hoorah. I like it. You're saying it right. Eric. Okay, cool. Eric, awesome. Good. I'm glad I'm saying your name right. True. Oh, we got Marcus here. What's up? True. I'm ConComming social work daily. Awesome. Yeah, exactly. It's such a great program. I can't stress enough, and I'm going to close out with the same thing I started with, which is I love the soft skills packages. This is why I did Violence Dynamics multiple times before I became part of it, is because of soft skills. If you go somewhere, you can learn from somebody, get some tips and tricks, maybe how to slide an armbar fast, or how to rotate your fist better, or better structure. And that's awesome, and that's really great stuff. But that's not what I enjoy. What I enjoy in self-defense is the all-encompassing, I use the word holistic and not in the crystals way, but in the all-encompassing, like just natural kind of way. This is the best presentation of the natural occurrence of organic violence that I've ever seen, where people have the skill set to stop or to identify what is going on, and it gives you the proper skills to stop it, which is amazing. So everybody, thanks again for watching. Please share the video to try and get some people to come. If you can't come to Boston, and you're in the UK or in the EU, we are going to be in Bulgaria. It's super cheap, and I know how cheap flights are over there because I've been there, and it's ridiculous how cheap flights are. So there's no excuse not to come. It's our first time there. I can't stress enough, if we aren't successful in the EU, then we don't go back to the EU, right? So if you want us, show us. If you don't, then don't. Don't tell me. Don't give me the, oh, I'd love to come, but when you come back next year. We are not coming back next year if everybody gives me the yeah, but, right? And then we also have Violence Dynamics Prime coming up, and then we have Violence Dynamics Oakland. So very, very little excuses to reach out to us all the time and say hi and then not come to stuff, right? Because it's not like we're giving you one opportunity a year anymore. We're giving you multiple opportunities to come and say hi. Always come and say hi. I don't want to express this to Violence Dynamics because that's not my say. But if I'm in an area and you just want to come say hi, and maybe you still have the money in the bank to pay for stuff, still come say hi. Come shake my hand. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to answer any questions you have. This is a community to me. We're all trying to make everybody better. And I've been in a place in my life, just recently actually, where I had access to no money. So I understand that this stuff happens all the time. I'm harassing you to come because that's my job. And if you can't come, still come. Say hi. Shake a hand. Just be there. Be like, yeah, I'd love to, but I had a new baby. Yeah, I'd love to, but whatever. Like, life happens. That doesn't give you a reason not to come say hi and not to come maybe grab a picture or whatever you want to do. Just don't use that picture to say you train with us like a big liar. What's next here? Eric, maybe it's right over there, but the way he pronounces it, my German ear cringes. I wonder how you pronounce it in German. Is it like Eric? Is it Engrach? Guttural? I don't know. Hi, German fans. Please come to my seminars. I make fun of your language. And Nathan, are the regional events as comprehensive as Prime? Absolutely they are. It's the same. That's a great question, so I'll just talk about that real quick. The regional events are as comprehensive as Prime. The only difference of Prime is we guarantee all the instructors will be there. So all 5. So, and again, we have the love, our not forgotten, but very, very popular Terry Trahan as well as part of the group. All 5 will be there, and I want to say all 5. I'm sure everybody will be there. It's going to be the biggest event. It's always going to be the 5 days, so we're going to have day 0 and the 4 other days with the mall walk, and it's going to be the biggest event. So we're going to do most like the big ceremonial stuff if we get to that level. But yes, the regional events are as comprehensive. It's the same package, the same stuff. We do all of the same things. The violence dynamics in Boston is identical to Minneapolis, except we don't have Terry with us. That's the only difference. And we wish we could. It's just the regional ones haven't yet been able to get us to have all 5 instructors. So the package is the same. We're doing the same courses, the same material. So the regional ones are as good as violence dynamics, and they do count towards your bling, right? So your code name and your coin. And Casey can talk more on that stuff because that's kind of his deal. All right, everybody. Excellent. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of me. Like I said, that's not sarcasm. I know I just popped up with the sarcasm thing. It's not sarcasm. Ignore this. Please come say hi. And again, reach out. Don't make up reasons not to come. Let us help you come to violence dynamics. Talk to us. If you don't tell us what's going on, we cannot help you. Have a great one, everybody.